Hello, Chalgrove, and today, guys, I'm here to another anime review, and this anime review is to Fate Apocrypha episode 16, guys. Episode 16 of Fate Apocrypha. So let's get into it. So, guys, in this episode of Fate Apocrypha, we first, for a few, at least a minute, I think, the first minute, we see, pretty much Jack the Ripper, lolly Jack the Ripper. Oh god, I'm still freaking shocked they made Jack the Ripper a female lolly. They fucking made her in this situation, a lolly. I'm still shocked that they done that, but anyway, pretty much what she was doing this bit, she was torturing someone who I take it is one of the underlings that work for the Mayfield family, and she seems to be getting, she's been torturing. Now, obviously, she also been ripping hearts out of other mages as well. Some we also found out she has also tortured them as well. Some of them she tortured, but not all of them, obviously, because we know now that she needs to eat hearts to get some magical energy, because the master she's with, she can't supply her magical energy. So obviously, one of the few ways servants can gain magical energy is from people, and one of them, if they're mage, just eat their freaking heart. That looks to be the case, and that's what Jack the Ripper was doing. And no, in this first, like I said, 5 minutes, she was torturing this guy, one of the underlings of the Mayfield family. She was torturing him and it looked like she was torturing him to get some information. And this information we don't know what until further down in the episode where Astafol, Joan of Arc, Corin, and Berserker, Frankenstein's monster's master went, in other words, Corin's master's brother, went down to the victims, where the victim got found dead. They found him and found information, found his body, and that they all got tortured. Not all of the bodies that got found there were tortured. Not all of them, because they would. If it was a case, one of the conclusions they first came up with was that she was doing it for fun. But obviously, as you knew from the start of the episode, she was doing it for information. So obviously, the only reason why not all of them was tortured is because the ones that had their hearts ripped out but weren't tortured, because she was just getting those for the energy, while the ones that were tortured, well, of course, she was getting information now. And we found out this information is to the information she was trying to collect are the seals that are guarding, in other words, the sealing barrier seals to break down the seal of the Mayfield castle. Sorry, my sister, if you guys can hear that, and going in and out of our room. So, sorry for, that's distracting me, I've got to admit that. That's distracting me, so me talking. But, pretty much we've come to that. But, before we got to that bit, we found that, yes, miracles don't always come, it doesn't come, as we guys know, we found out the consequence using Sig's abilities, and it seems like, yes, it's eating. Every time he transforms into Siegfried, he loses a lot of his lifespan, and you see this black bruising around his arm, mainly around his arm, but it's more like around this area up to his arm. Like, you can see black bruising. We now found that is the cost of the reason, not just his command system, but the reason why every time he turns into Siegfried, he gains that bruising, and always his lifespan. That's to represent his lifespan is decreasing every time he transforms to Siegfried. Now, with this situation, I have a speculation that possibility that Sig's entire existence dies, or that by the subtitles. The subtitles are not the greatest. Like, the subtitles were understandable, luckily, and not bad, but just there was how the subtitles worked. It's just because they seem to be fan made. These ones seem to be fan made, and from the way they looked, and my understanding from it, there's a possibility that Sig himself will die, but his body will be permanently turned into Siegfried. So I don't know, that could be the case, but when it comes to Sig's cost. But we definitely now know that this black bruise that's on Sig right now is the price that he gains every time he gives and decrease of lifespan, because he uses his commands every time he transfers to Siegfried. So that is the cost of it. I mean, using his transforming to Siegfried, that he loses some of his lifespan and his body starts to decay a bit, with the black bruising. So we now know the price of using this miracle power to turn to Siegfried. Now, during the rest of this episode, like I said, we go in to see to find information. I'm going back to the body of the person that Jack the Ripper tortured. Jack the Ripper tortured and ripped the heart out. He said that the four I mentioned that went to there to research, see what was going on, because what everyone decided is that they first should deal with Jack the Ripper. Because they didn't know, because right now, surprisingly, we found out one of the skills of Jack the Ripper is that, obviously, in Jack the Ripper's legend, is that Jack the Ripper's identity is unknown. Her identity is supposed to be unknown. That is the legend of Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper's identity is unknown. That's part of her legend. So, and we found out that the people who did fight Jack the Ripper, you guys remember Mordred and her master, and also Karan and Karan's master, they both fought Jack the Ripper. That means they should have seen her skills and her face. But some reason they can't remember, even though they saw it. Because Jack the Ripper has the skill to make them forget, except that she is Jack the Ripper. She made sure they've got her skills and what she looks like. They completely forgot what she looks like and what skills she uses. The only thing they know that she is Jack the Ripper. That's the only thing they know. That they know she's the Assassin of Black and she's Jack the Ripper. They figured out that it could be the case, because they do remember fighting her. They always do remember fighting her. They remember fighting Assassin of Black. They remember fighting Jack the Ripper, but they can't remember what she looks like or what skills she uses. And it makes sense. It does make sense, because like I said, Jack the Ripper, her legend is supposed to be an unknown identity. No one has ever discovered Jack the Ripper's true identity. That is part of the Jack the Ripper legend. So obviously, Jack the Ripper is going to have a skill that is connected to her legend. And that obviously seems to be that people will forget you or what you look like, what your true identity is. The only thing they remember about you is that they fought you and they know that you're Jack the Ripper. That's it. That's it. They don't know what you look like or anything. Everything else is completely forgotten. They just know that Jack the Ripper, I know you're here, you fought me. That's all they know. That's all they know. So we definitely know one of Jack the Ripper's very dangerous abilities, because that means even though you fight so it doesn't matter how many times you fight Jack the Ripper, you will completely forget. Like, surprisingly is we also see how fast you can forget. Like, only just a few seconds after Jack the Ripper left, after attacking the Yugomir house, Yugomir castle, after finding the information how to destroy the seals that's guarding the Yugomir castle, everyone who saw her face instantly completely forgot what she looked like, and I think her skills, like, possibility they now know she uses foggy poison. Like, we now notice the fog she brings up, it does bring out poison. The fog does bring out poison / acid. Like, they say acid, but it's poison. Obviously, it's poison. So, well, acid is still technically a form of poison, you can say. But either way, It's poison. Poison mist. She can bring forth poison now. Obviously, we know the mist doesn't always produce poison, but the mist she does produce can produce poison. And that's what we see one of her skills. Now, I've got to say, Jack the Ripper, god damn, makes more sense. Actually, she does say, I'm gonna rip you up, like, that makes, just gotta say, that, god, she is psycho, like, definitely complete psycho. Jack the Ripper is definitely psycho, and gotta say, Karen's master, she definitely, like, her reaction, I've got to say, how well she controls her, like, mechanical arms, Dr. Octopus, arms, like, god damn, she can even control them without wearing them, like, she can control them without wearing them, so that's somewhat handy, as long as you're at least a good distance near her mechanical arms, she can control them without even being on them, so that is actually pretty interesting, so we now know she can pull that off. So even if she might be in a bind, she's just got separate mechanical arms that she can control even off her body. But obviously Jack the Ripper was getting the upper hand. But once Jack was about to slash her down and kill her, Sig comes jumping in and saving her. And he got a hit on her. And the way it looked like he chopped something off. Her. Either her arm or leg, but the way it looked like her leg. He chopped off her leg. The way it looked like it was her leg. I might be wrong. He might not have chopped off anything, but the way that looked, he chopped off Jack the Ripper's leg. And then when Jack the Ripper realized Sig came and attacked her, obviously she then dives and tries to attack Sig. But suddenly Karen and everybody else got there in time, and obviously Jack the Ripper notices she's outnumbered. She can't face 4 against 1. She can't do 1 against 4. So obviously she retreats. And that's when instantly everybody out who saw it forgot her face down. I don't know about Sig. It doesn't precisely say Sig forgot what Jack the Ripper looks like. But Karen's master, she definitely said she completely forgot what she looked like. Or she completely forgot what she looked like. She pretty much says that about Sig. Sig saw her face, and what her physical body looked like. So obviously, we don't know if he actually remembers or not. Now, before everything, let's get into the situation with Joan of Arc, and of course, aka Ruler. Now, with Ruler or Joan of Arc, like how I prefer calling that, I'm gonna call her Joan of Arc. With Joan of Arc, from what I've seen from fan fictions and like fan plays and stuff I saw from her with Joan of Arc and information I gather about Joan of Arc, and now it's been confirmed in the anime, she can communicate with the girl she's possessed with, and it looks like the girl she's possessed with is conscious, and like we see them in a mind-like world. They know the magic, like back in the time when Joan of Arc, we see Joan of Arc and the girl she's possessed. I'm trying to remember her name. Lyra? I think that's her name. I might be wrong. I might be wrong with the girl she's possessed' name. But we see them talking to each other in their mind. So we now know that both of them are conscious. Both of them are definitely conscious. The girl and Joan of Arc are both conscious. They both conscious of each other. They exist. They both know what's going on. So that is something that is not now known, that they both are aware. So there's the speculation, that possibility that the feelings Joan of Arc is influenced by her. But obviously, we know Joan of Arc has started getting feelings for Sig. We definitely know she started getting feelings for Sig as well. Now, I gotta say that the overall situation, the overall fight, damn. The overall situation where, like, it looked like Jack the Ripper was about to win, I'm just like, that, like, looked freaking creepy. I was like, what's gonna happen? That glued me to my seat. That glued me to the screen. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Because I felt like she was gonna die. I felt like Karen's master was gonna die. I felt like she was gonna die. But then, luckily, Sid comes in and saves her, which is good. So we can still see more of it. But God say that scene, oh my god, that was whoo, very epic. I gotta say, very good, very epic, and very tense worthy, and man, and the gore as well. The gore, I gotta say, God, man, the gore looked very gruesome for Fate Apocrypha. Like, that's the most amount of gore we saw from Fate Apocrypha, so that's something definitely got to mention there. So that looked good. Animation, pretty good. Animation, don't see anything bad going on in the animation department there. Possibly maybe a bit of the lighting. I think some of the lighting at points were a bit too dark compared to what they should be, but overall, and sometimes a bit more brighter than they should be, but overall, that's all I've got to say. And oh, by the way, the cliffhanger, pretty much, and then leave off a cliffhanger, just everybody in the garden after the aftermath of Jack the Ripper, and then the episode ends with that. And that's all I've got to say. And guys, that's my annual review to Fate Apocrypha episode 16, guys. Hope you guys are good on chat fans day for guys and fan options below. And also if you want to become a Patreon and help me out to get better equipment for you guys to make sure that I no longer have to freaking use my phone to record things. I can do better stuff for you guys. Anyway, if you want to become a Patreon, go down in the description as well. My Patreon's there as well. And just pay $1, donate $1 so you can help me out. And yeah, and guys, hope you guys like it. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys. Wow.